What's up, fight fans? This is Curtaville with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I have some new news, some very revealing news concerning Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Top of the morning, everybody. Let's get into it. Deontay Wilder, it states, read this. Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn have both said that Wilder's mediation over his rematch clause will be for financial compensation, not to force a third fight with Tyson Fury. So that means all this justice for Deontay and we're going to see you again in the ring. We're going to be up in that bitch. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Do you guys remember the interview I had on my other channel with Tay Jones? And the Brian Custer interview. And all the desires to have a third fight. Okay? That he wants his victory in the ring. He wants his justification. He wants to right his wrong. Tay Jones sit there and told me that this guy wanted to kill Tyson Fury in the ring. The mediation was supposed to be for a third fight. That's what we were thinking this whole time. That this mediation was supposed to be for the opportunity for Deontay Wilder to fight Tyson Fury. And you guys that follow this channel, I was like, okay, well, why are you going to mediate something for that and don't mediate something for, and don't bring up all that other shit that you've admitted that you believe in? All that glove gate and all that other stuff. So why aren't you taking him to court for that? But then you want to take him to court for a third fight. Now it's not even for a third fight. It's for financial compensation. What? Okay. You know what don't make sense about this? Is if you know you had Tyson Fury dead to rights, like I know this man was guilty. We have proof, we have evidence that this man cheated us, right? Because now we know it ain't even for a third fight. The third fight, he didn't give a fuck about a third fight, right? So he had everybody thinking, his fans, his supporters, his fanatics, his whatever. He had them thinking that, hey, I want a third fight more than anything. I want that fight, and I'm doing this because Tyson Fury decided he's trying to get out of this fight. That ain't even the case. The case is you got pissed off because he said that he was moving on. That's when everything came to the light, right? That's when he had confessed about Joshua giving him more money. Now we know why now. You were just ducking that man the whole fucking time. Now you're worried about money. Now if you go back to 2019, you reference other things that he said. Oh, well, you know, we have to make the most money as possible. Right? So it's like, okay, well, you're just trying to hold out for the biggest fight purse. But now you got beat. Now you don't have the WBC strap. Now it's all about money. You want compensation. So you're really no different than fucking Alexander Usyk at this point. But it's worse because you're trying to get money from an opportunity to fight someone, but you want financial compensation. That tells us you're not really trying to get a fight. You're just trying to really get paid. You're trying to get paid. So what is this? When you're telling us that I want a third fight, I have this guy dead to rights I can sue. Fine, sue him then. And then why is it a mediation anyhow? This mediation is for money. Well, damn the mediation. Skip right through the mediation if you knew you weren't going to fight him anyway, or you didn't want to fight him. You wanted the money. You know what I mean? If that's the case, if you knew you had a case, take that man to court and sue that man. But now it's just for financial compensation. That sounds like, dude, you're clout chasing another fight. You know what this is? Deontay Wilder, he got beat up. He got defeated for the first time in his career. And things didn't go his way. He didn't land the right hand and get the guy out of there after taking an ass whooping like most of his fights really are anyway. That didn't happen this time, right? And he stayed quiet for a long time. I question that. I'm like, well, why this dude so quiet if, you know, you're letting all these other people speak for you, this, that, and the other, you know, and all this. And then, you know, then I was told, not I heard, sorry. I was told that Deontay Wilder wants that fight. He wants him back in the ring. He just told Brian Custer that last month, one before last. No, that was last month, I believe. And he told him that, hey, yeah, I want that fight. He cheated me. He has to see me in the ring. Well, this mediation is supposed to have been for a valid, does the contract hold valid weight for the Trilogy fight? For a rubber match. Now we hearing that this is for financial compensation. So I don't think that's something that he really wanted the cat out of the bag for. I think what he realizes though, that nothing's going to stop those guys from fighting. If those guys want to fight, they're a lot more bigger than him. It's more money on the line. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, I can't compete with that. I have no belt. I have nothing. I have a lost record, right? I got beat up. I really don't have evidence, because if he had evidence, he would have sued that man. I'm still waiting for him to do that, and I'm still waiting for someone to tell me what it is. It seems like to me he's trying to get mediation, but going the cheapest route possible. Okay, he's trying to do the cheapest route that it takes to get paid. Let's reference another issue. Remember the Povetkin fight? He could have fought Povetkin. Now, if you look back into all the shit that went down, that was his first real test. And Povetkin popped dirty to that test, and then popped dirty after it became a banned substance or whatever. And then they went to court back and forth and all that. And supposedly somebody's supposed to won some money, and then they appealed, and it was real dirty and nasty. But at the end of the day, he could have fought Povetkin, couldn't he? But he didn't. He didn't fight Povetkin. Because why? Basically, all he wanted was that money. See, Wilder has a lot of people fooled. He had a lot of people fooled that he wanted Tyson Fury. He wanted to fight the best. He wanted the challenge. No, he don't. He don't. And then that goes back to like guys like Vladimir Klitschko. Why didn't he fight Klitschko? And then I was told, oh, he wanted to fight Klitschko. I never heard that shit. And if that's the case, why did Deontay Wilder never publicly spoke? Hey, I want that Klitschko fight. I want to fight Klitschko. You know what I mean? I want to fight him or whatever. And then Shelly Finkel came out and called him a baby champion. And you know what? The rest is history, because we didn't hear him say anything else. We didn't hear no rebuttal on that. We didn't hear any reply, you know, to Shelly Finkel's comments. And even I asked Tate Jones, like, why did he say that? And I don't know. I don't know why he said that. Well, another question is, well, why did Deontay Wilder, you know, stay silent? Because when you stay silent, that means you agree with it, especially if it's somebody representing you. Now, we got all those different situations, and it comes back to now, it's like Wilder just wants the money, because I think he pulled a Triple G. He started getting real money. Now the money has corrupted him. That's what I believe. The money has definitely corrupted him. Now that's all he cares about is a fight purse, because he knows deep in his heart there's no guarantee that he's gonna beat Fury on the third fight. And I think he's looking for money, because it's like, hey, I'd rather go for the money than anything else, because nothing's guaranteed except for money. At least if I had some money, I could sit down and take care of my kids or do what I've been doing for the last 8-9 fucking months. You know, sparring or training or not really training at all, and all this shit that he says that he was doing or whatever. Right? And he also knows that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are going to collide. And he also knows that there's a good chance he wants that money and he wants his cut. So basically, these guys, you know, want money. When I say these guys, I'm talking about Alexander Usyk. But at least Usyk wants to fight someone. He's like, fight me or give over the belt. If you're going to offer me something real. This dude just wants money. So that whole damn mediation was all about cash. It wasn't about righting his wrong, any of that. So the Glovegate really don't mean much unless he takes him to court about Glovegate. So I don't want to hear shit about Glovegate anymore. And it's sad. It's sad that Deontay Wilder would then change his tune without telling anybody. He had everybody, yeah, I'm going in this mediation because he gonna fight me. Yeah. Get into damn mediation. Hey, we want compensation. We don't really want a third fight. We want to get paid. Pay us. Pay us. But anyway, you can't make this shit up, man. Deontay Wilder wants compensation, not a third fight. So why don't talk about what you don't want? That's my counterpunch on Deontay Wilder. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.